Good morning. Welcome to this February 4th of 2026 Board of Sanitary Commissioners meeting. If you'd all please rise with me and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Today for absences, Mr. Steve Selvey is unavailable, so he has an excused absence. We'll move on to our public comment period. Those wishing to make public comment may approach the podium, state their name. Please limit their comments to 3 minutes.
Rick Yenser, newsman and author. A couple things I see today before you start your business. You're obtaining more property for, I assume, control. As I recall, the last administration or a couple administrations ago spent at least $5 or $10 million on property. That was taxable. Now it's not taxable because it's in a flood zone. Also wanted to note too, maybe an update on that $5 million levee project over here. When we went over there last fall, I couldn't imagine why you're building a levee next to that old concrete levee that protected Phillips Pool and that part of the river from downtown Muncie. But I've known the sanitary district for half a century. A lot of squander, a lot of waste, but at least you keep the river clean and pick up the trash. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yenser. Anyone else like to make comment? All right, gave it 3 beats. Nobody showed up. We will move on to our consideration of the January 21st, 2026 board minutes. Would any commissioner have any questions or comments in regards to those board minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
All right. Got a motion to approve and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing none opposed, those board minutes are approved. Next, we'll move into consider our register of claims totaling $653,583.18. Would any commissioner have any questions or comments in regards to those claims? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve claims.
Second.
Having a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing none opposed, register of claims totaling $653,583.18 is approved. Move on to our district administrator update. I am currently serving as the district administrator in an interim capacity. That said, work continues next door at 301 North High on our long-term control plan project, CSO, I believe 28. Bowen's been doing an excellent job on that and working through some extremely cold weather. Don't have any knowledge of any road closures planned at this time. If there are any, they will be posted on the MSD website. Anticipating the administrator search has been extended for a couple weeks to get a few more applicants before we go into reviewing those. And that's really it for a district administrator update. Department head update, we have none. Old business, Mr. Clark.
No old business.
Mr. Overton.
No old business.
Mr. Smith.
No old business.
None for me either. Going on into our new business, item number 1 is award of the levee mowing bid. I guess I will present that one as well. So after we had 2 bids for our levee mowing, one from Smith family, and I'll have to look at the other name, Buffin's Landscaping and Snow Removal. There were the 2 bidders. Those were open and read aloud in public. After basically reviewing their equipment with Mr. Tom Noble, and I think Chuck worked on that one as well, it was determined that, and in consultation with legal counsel, that Buffin's who was the lowest bidder, did not have the equipment that was specified within basically the bid request to meet all the requirements for mowing the levee. Those are specified basically by FEMA on tracking, that sort of thing for slopes. Therefore, it has been recommended that we award the bid to Smith Family Services based on the fact that they are qualified and have the equipment available. Did that summarize it fairly well, Maura? All right. Any questions or comments from fellow commissioners? That said, based on our legal recommendation, I would recommend or ask the board to authorize me to go through the contract process with Smith Family Services based on they're the only qualified bidder.
So moved.
I will second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Hearing none opposed, Smith Family Services will go through the contracting process, and once everything gets sorted out and legal reviews all the contracts, we'll sign that and move on with it. All right.
Mr. President, if I can just add that, erosion is a constant problem if you do mow with the wrong equipment. So getting the contractor right who can do the job and not have erosion problems that cost us millions of dollars later is a very smart thing to do. So I appreciate our president doing due diligence, as well as Maura, to find the right company that can do the job and do it well and not have erosion.
Thank you, Mr. Overton. Moving on, we have the 3800 Block East Wilson property purchase. So this is a purchase of property off Wilson Road. Those unfamiliar with that, that is south of Centennial a little bit. This is a purchase basically to have a area to develop a leaf and wood composting site for the city. Currently, when we basically dispose of leaves, they go into the landfill. We pay East Central Recycling, I think, something on the order of $58 a ton. We generate somewhere on the order of, I think, Tom, just the street sweepers are 700 tons. Is that correct? Plus or minus. Basically, the same amount gets picked up by our sanitation service, and all trees are also basically sold on a ton basis or disposed of on a ton basis. By developing our own composting operation, we are hoping to, one, be able to provide, basically free compost to the city. Once that, goes through the process of composting, that takes 2 or 3 years, but we'll also hopefully be mulching all the trees that get cut down due to vague and various things through either the urban forestry department or, basically storm cleanup. Essentially, we're hoping to, one, eliminate some expenses and also provide a long-term good with that one. With that said, the purchase price for this is $182,950. So that's $182,950. This is approximately 15 acres off the top of my head. That's basically the plan for it. We will get IDEM permits and everything to go through that. This purchase is contingent upon basically planning. It may require a special use, it may not, since we're a governmental entity, but we'll run all that to ground. I think that kind of summarizes this. I don't see Jason in attendance, but both Jason Donati, who's Sanitation Department Superintendent, Tom Noble, are looking forward to not paying the $58 a ton, forever. So that said, any commissioners have comments or questions in regards to this item?
I appreciate the benefit to public on this one. The turnaround, I think us spending over $120,000 a year is quick with that $182,950. We'll obviously have some improvements that we'll make to it, a drive-in, a fence around, things to make sure that we're neighborly. Mr. Yenser did mention property tax values there. It is on the low end of farm ground, which is normally the least amount of property tax that's generated. So that will be minimal, but I think the savings to our customers and avoiding leaf compost and some of our sweeper disposal from going into the landfill is very beneficial. So I appreciate the work that everybody did on this one.
Thanks, sir. Mr. Overton?
I echo that as well. I just appreciate, I know it's an upfront investment, but it'll pay itself off in a few years, and then we've been making money in the long term by having this facility. So it's a good thing for Muncie, good thing for the district, and good thing for our customers.
Mr. Smith?
Concur with what you said. Only add, I think the location is just perfect as well. Just been 5 minutes or so from our sanitation department over there on Centennial. So great location. Thanks, everyone.
Could you also speak to how we come about pricing for this agreement? That way it's transparent, and I know in the past there have been some dealings that may not have been so transparent, so
Yes.
What are the rules that we follow?
So the Muncie Sanitary District follows Indiana State Code in the purchasing of all property, and in that we have two official or certified appraisals performed by basically qualified people. You have to be registered as a professional appraiser in the state of Indiana to perform those. Both of those came back. I think the spread on those was $3,000. This is kind of common farmland, as you mentioned. We offer the average of those two. We did spend quite a bit of time trying to find a area where we would not have neighbors to annoy. Obviously, since this is just leafed and organic material composting, there's probably not going to be any notable odor or that type of thing. There is always basically a minor concern for composting operations do generate quite a bit of heat, so sometimes it smokes and that type of thing. So we just want it to be kind of away from everybody, but close enough to our sanitation department that the run wasn't too long. We talked to quite a few property owners just to see who was willing to sell. This is not a condemnation. This is, entirely at their discretion. And, that's basically the process. We found a piece. We had it appraised for the fairest price we could give. We're offering them that fair price, and they have accepted that, and pending our acceptance, of course, of that price, we'll move forward with the next piece of due diligence, which is getting the zoning correct. If it cannot be, zoned for our use, which I don't think should be a problem, but then we won't be purchasing it. So that's kind of that's our safety release there if we can't use it for what we want to use it for. And, did I answer your question, Mr. Clark?
You did, yeah.
Excellent.
I would also note that Jason Donati had modeled this program off of Columbus, Indiana. I think they have a similar composting program that they've used over the past few years. So it's something that we'll look at and try to mirror and see where, benchmark what they've used and what are some of the benefits from that. So I appreciate that explanation.
Thank you. All right. With all that said, I'll entertain a motion on this item.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hearing none opposed, we'll proceed with the property purchase with the contingencies as mentioned in the purchase agreement. We'll get that signed today. All right. Moving forward, additional board topics. Mr. Clark.
No additional, thank you.
Mr. Overton.
Nothing today, thank you.
Mr. Smith.
Nothing additional.
All right. Let's see. Who shall I pick on today? Today's a good day to pick on Mel, so just want to say I appreciate, the work she does. Melanie with our Human Resources Department, working with Rich and Sherry and Maggie. They handle basically all the health insurance for the city, not so much Rich or Maggie. That's really Mel and Sherry that do the city work, but they do quite a bit of things kind of in the background with our workers' comp, our FMLA, all of our insurances, and they do a really great job of basically just taking care of the employees of both the district and the city. So we appreciate the work they do. It's always kind of a little bit of a background task, but they are dedicated and make sure our employees are well taken care of and informed of their rights. So we appreciate that. So good job, Mel, Sherry, Rich, and Maggie. All right. That said, I'll move on to our adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I will second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.